Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to WinStar World Casino and Resort as we get set now for the weigh-ins as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA tomorrow night here at the Global Event Center just across the casino floor. The doors will open up at 4:30 p.m. First fights are inside the cage at 5:30 p.m. That's Central Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For those folks that are joining us on the live stream, we welcome you as well on site here at WinStar World Casino and Resort. Tomorrow night, we'll kick it off here, main event. Let's go back to last time we were here at WinStar World Casino and Resort. The now champion, Joe Warren, won the title right here on site last October. He'll make his first defense of the bantamweight title. It'll be a rematch of for the world title. It's the bantamweight champion, Joe Warren, against Marcos Galvão. 5-minute rounds for the bantamweight world title tomorrow night as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA. Tonight's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action all sanctioned by and under the supervision of the Chickasaw Nation Office of the Gaming Commissioner. The commissioner is Mr. Scott Colbert. My name is Mike Williams, cage announcer for Bellator MMA, and join with me, as always, the lovely ladies from Bellator Mercedes and Summer. And now, let's get the, oh, very nice, thank you. And now, let's get the fighters on the scale. Thank you, Stu. To put them on the scale, one half of the broadcast team live on Spike. If you'd please once again put your hands together and welcome Mr. Jimmy Smith.
Oh, that's cute. My mom, ladies and gentlemen, comes to every show. Let's get it started. The 135-pound division. J.P. Cole versus George Paco first to the scale, fighting out of Plano, Texas. Please welcome J.P. Cole. Record of 2-2 as a pro. He stands 5'9", only 24 years old. $134.4 for J.P. Cole. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, George Paco. A record of 8-4, 2 wins by knockout, 4 by submission. How you doing, boss? Good. Doing great. 135.8 for George Paco. They'll be kicking off our show, J.P. Cole versus George Paco. Give it up for him. Next up, the flyweights, 125 pounds, Javi Siller versus Clayton first to the scale, fighting out of Abilene, Texas. Please welcome Javi Siller. Record of 5-3 as a pro, 2 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. $126 on the dot for Javi Siller. And his opponent, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, please welcome Clayton A record of 6-1 as a pro. All of his wins finishes, 5 by submission, 1 by knockout. $126 on the dot for Clayton Let's give it up for the flyweights, Javi Siller versus Clayton ladies and gentlemen.
Close it down, boys. Close it down. All right, guys.
Moving up to the featherweights, 145 pounds, Steven Banaszak versus Brad Mitchell. First to the scale, fighting out of Greenville, Texas. Please welcome Steven Banaszak. $146.8 for Steven Banaszak, has 0.8 to go.
How long does he have? To make it? 2 hours.
And his opponent out of Dallas, Texas, give it up for Brad Mitchell. 145.4 for Brad Mitchell. The featherweight's always an exciting division in Bellator. Steven Banaszak versus Brad Mitchell. Give it up for him.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Another fight at 145, Alejandro Villalobos versus Emanuel Sanchez. First to scale, fighting out of San Jose, Costa Rica. Please welcome Alejandro Villalobos. Very experienced at 17-3, 9 wins by knockout, 7 by submission. $145.2 for Alejandro Villalobos. And please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Emanuel Sanchez. A record of 9-1, 1 win by knockout, 5 by submission. $145.4 for Emanuel Sanchez. Two prospects going at it at 145. Alejandro Villalobos versus Emanuel Sanchez.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Moving up the scale to the middleweight division, 185 pounds, Neil Ewing versus Logan Nail. First to the scale, fighting out of Dallas, Texas. Please welcome Neil Ewing. Undefeated at 5-0, all of his wins finishes, 3 by submission, 2 by knockout.
184.6.
184.6 for Neil Ewing. And his opponent from Denison, Texas, please welcome Logan Nail. 1-0, that sole win by knockout. He stands 6'3". $184.8 for Logan Nail. It's the Battle of Texas. Neil Ewing versus Logan Nail. Give it up for him.
Good luck tomorrow.
Moving down the scale to the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Tim Roman versus Shawn Holden. First to the scale, fighting out of Greenville, Texas. Please welcome Tim Roman. 170.8 for Tim Roman. And his opponent, fighting out of Dallas, Texas. Please welcome Shawn Holden. $169.6 for Shawn Holden. The welterweights, Tim Roman versus Shawn Holden. Give it up for him. And our last preliminary fight of the night in the heavyweight division, 265, Jeremiah O'Neal versus Rashad. Couture versus scale. Please welcome Jeremiah O'Neal. 242.4 for Jeremiah O'Neal. And his opponent fighting out of Dallas, Texas. Please welcome Rashad Couture. A record of 4-1, all of his wins by knockout. $229.8 for Rashad Couture. Let's give it up for the big boys, Jeremiah O'Neal versus Rashad Couture. Give it up for him. And moving on to the televised portion of our show, check us out on Spike TV. We start out in the lightweight division, 155 pounds. Dakota Cochrane versus Ryan Couture, first to the scale, fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska. Please welcome Dakota Cochrane. Record of 18-7 as a pro, 5 knockouts, 7 submissions in those 18 wins. 155.8 for Dakota Cochrane. Dakota. Hydration sucks. Dakota, you said, I consider this my Bellator debut. I'm back. This time I had a full camp. I'm physically prepared. What does that mean for Ryan Couture tomorrow night?
I think it's going to be a great fight. We're going to put a great show on for you guys. It's going to be a great night.
And please welcome his opponent fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Please welcome Ryan Couture. A record of 9-3, 1 knockout, 5 submissions in those 9 wins. 156 on the dot for Ryan Couture. You said, I'm the kind of guy, I don't fight well moving backward. I fight well moving forward. So does your opponent. What does that mean for the fans tomorrow night?
I think they're in for a good fight. It's going to be a barn burner. We're both going to be trying to impose our will, and I think it could get wild.
They'll be kicking off the televised portion of our show at 155 pounds. Dakota Cochrane versus Ryan Couture. Give it up for him. Moving up to the light heavyweight division, 205 pounds, Guilherme Viana versus Francis Carmont, first to scale, all the way from Brazil. Please welcome Guilherme Viana. A record of 6-1 as a pro, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions in those 6 wins. $205.6 for Guilherme Viana.
I thought this is the big fight for me.
My question to you is, what does it mean to you? You're 6-1 to make your Bellator debut in front of the Oklahoma fans.
This big fight for me changed my life and my career.
And please welcome his opponent all the way from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Francis Carmont. Very experienced, a record of 22-10, 6 knockouts, 10 submissions. He stands 6'3".
204.8.
204.8 for Francis Carmont. Francis fighting in front of the Oklahoma fans. Great fight, fans, against a very tough Brazilian. How excited are you about tomorrow night?
I'm very happy to be here. I'm ready for total war. Let's go for the fight.
Two guys that are ready for war at 205. The light heavyweights, Guilherme Viana versus Francis Carmont. Two big boys at 205. Give it up for them. Moving on to the bantamweight division, 135 pounds. Hideo Tokoro versus L.C. Davis. First to the scale, all the way from Kawasaki, Japan. Please welcome Hideo Tokoro. A record of 32, 27, and 2, 5 knockouts, 18 submissions. He stands 5'7", 37 years old. 135.6 for Hideo Tokoro. For the fans here who haven't seen the Japanese style of MMA, what can they expect from Hideo Tokoro tomorrow night?
まだ日本の MMA を見たことない人たちに所さんから何を期待できると思いますか？
なんですかね、所スタイルを出したいと思います。
I'm gonna show you what I have as a Tokoro style. Wait and see.
His name is his style. You got to check him out to believe it. But his opponent, let's give it up for him from Lenexa, Missouri. Please welcome L.C. Davis. A record of 22-6, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions. He stands 5'8". Undefeated in Bellator at 2-0. $135.4 for L.C. Davis. Whoop, I'm ready for you, dude. I'm ready to do this. I don't weigh 135 pounds. Your opponent, Japanese fighter, I know you have a ton of respect for him and his style. He doesn't like to back up. You talked about not just winning, but winning impressively. What does that mean for the fans tomorrow night?
That means the fans are in for a treat. It's an honor to fight this guy. Unfortunately, it's my time.
It's going to be a great fight in the bantamweight division. 135, Hideo Tokoro versus L.C. Davis. Give it up for him. Great stuff, man. Thank you, buddy. And our main event of the evening, the Bantamweight World Championship, 135 pounds, 5 rounds. The challenger, Marcos Galvao versus the champion, Joe Warren versus scale, fighting out of New York, New York. Please welcome Marcos Galvao. A record of 16-6-1, 4 wins by knockout. He stands 5'8". $134.6 for Marcos Galvao. This is a fight you have been waiting for a long time. Not just about revenge this time, it's about a world title. How excited are you for tomorrow night?
Uma luta que você está esperando há muito tempo, não só pela tua vingança, mas pelo cinturão. Como você está esperando por amanhã?
Are you ready for tomorrow, guys? You know, don't forget tomorrow night in Spike TV, Marcos Galvão in Bellator. Are you ready, guys? I respect my opponents. I walk the cage tomorrow. Are you ready?
He is ready, but so is the champ. Let's give it up for him. Fighting out of Monument, Colorado, the baddest man on the planet, Joe Warren. A record of 12-3, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. 134.4 for Joe Warren. Joe, you love the big lights. You love a championship fight. This time, defending your belt. A lot of people say you're not a champion until you defend it. Is that how you feel about tomorrow night?
I'm happy to be back here at WinStar Casino again in that Bellator cage. Just make sure you tune in live tomorrow when the baddest man whoops the shit out of Slim Shady.
This is our main event for the Bantamweight World Title. The challenger, Marcos Galvao, versus the champion, Joe Warren. Give it up for him. Oklahoma fight fans, you are always outstanding. I will see you at the fight tomorrow night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the doors will open at 4:30 p.m. First fight inside the cage at 5:30. Again, Global Event Center right across the casino. For those joining us live on the stream, we welcome you as well. Join us tomorrow night live on Spike as Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central. Again, we'll see you tomorrow night live on Spike.